Hello, Void. Okay, so I'm finally getting back to my backlog. So this one's one that was from a few months ago, so I apologize if my memory's a little fuzzy on it. But it's one of those ones I was going through my Shudder trek, watching through everything on Shudder from the oldest to the newest, and it's having me watch a lot of films I normally wouldn't have even considered. This was one of those, and this one I'm glad I watched. And it's called Tigers Are Not Afraid. This is one of the last ones I watched on my Shudder trek before I started trying to watch more of my own library. Though there's a few others I did do a little later, but this was the last one of my main push. This was a 2017 Mexican film, and this one's kind of a different animal. It's got horror elements, but it's hard to consider it a straightforward horror. So this one's set amongst the horrifying violence of the cartels down in Mexico. We follow a young girl whose mother is, her name is Estrella, or Estrella. Her mother is abducted while she's away from school by a cartel, so now she's effectively homeless. So she begins following along with a gang of young boys who are also homeless that survive by stealing and just doing what they can. However, one of the cartels seems to be after these boys for a mysterious reason. Also, Estella is a girl with 3 wishes. Her first wish was for her mother to return. However, a ghostly version of her mother begins showing up in her home, which is one of the main reasons she just can't squat there, and so she begins fleeing with the gang of boys. So, in order to run with them, they want her to go do something. I'm not going to kind of go into the details of what, but she uses one of her wishes, and, things go badly. Now the cartels are after them, and exactly why is kind of left a little bit ambiguous, but some of the boys have secrets, as well as some of the members of the cartels have a few things also. And also the ghosts of people who have been murdered are, ever close at hand. This is more of a almost fantasy drama. You're not sure if anything really supernatural is happening, or if it's all in the kids' heads, or whether the wishes are actually real or not. A lot of it is left ambiguous, and it works very well for it. It's a neat little Mexican ghost drama. Vuelven, I think is the title. I'm pronouncing it terribly. Vuelven. I don't know if that's how it's correctly pronounced, but the American title is Tigers Are Not Afraid, because pretty much, a tiger is big and strong. Why would it have any reason to be afraid? So, essentially, I'm saying, be a tiger. So, it's definitely a great, I guess it's kind of like a fairy tale, is kind of the best way of putting it. It's very well done. I really liked this one. The characters were endearing, and they all react very believably despite the horrible situations they're put in. It's an interesting little movie, and I don't think it gets a lot of attention, so I do highly recommend people checking Tigers Are Not Afraid out. I don't know if it's still on Shudder. I haven't looked, but I'm sure this one can be found streaming somewhere. For me, this one's going to be like an 8 MacGuffins. I really did enjoy this one. I know it's on AMC Plus still, or you can rent it on Prime, but I do recommend looking into this one. It's not your typical horror film, as it's not exactly trying to scare you, but the ghost definitely helps set the mood and the ambiance for what's going on, and you really get behind the lead character. She is very then doing a great job in doing what she can to keep herself and her newfound family alive. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Alrighty, Void. Take care.